Hi George, my name's Daphne. Thank you for sending in your essays for some feedback here. So let's have a look. Some people believe employees should stay in the same job for the rest of their lives. Others think they should switch. To what extent do you agree or disagree? Give reasons for your answer and include any relevant examples. So part of the population would consider changing their job at least once in their lives. Others, they might have a different opinion. I personally think that changing your job would be something positive for the most part. Okay, part of the population, be careful here. Part of the population is not really the same as some people. Be very careful when you're paraphrasing that your essay still makes sense. Paraphrasing has to work very smoothly. So So some people believe employees should stay in their job. It's not the same as some people would think of it. So you could have something like, it is often suggested that workers would like to consider, or might consider would be better, might consider changing their job at least once in their lives. It's a little bit similar to that. Might changing their job during a career or during a working life. So we've got to be very careful. We paraphrase without repeating everything. However, remaining with one employer could lead to more security and financial benefits. And then give me your opinion. Is something positive, okay, because give me a little bit, because you have to lead me into your essay. You have to give me something. You can't just paraphrase then stop. You need to bring your reader into what you're going to be talking about next. Now, looking at this, I'm not sure if you've done IELTS before. If you haven't done IELTS before, you really need to do some work on the structure of IELTS essays. And I would strongly recommend you get into the website. Even honestly, switch onto the full course. If you haven't done IELTS before, check out the full course, because you might find that a lot easier. There's a lot of information that you need to know before you start doing the essay pack like this. Because what you're doing here is using personal examples. And I know it says use relevant examples from your knowledge. It does not mean personal examples. It is like a trick, and I'm really sorry about this. This is an IELTS thing. It means things that you have read, things that you know, things that you've experienced in your country, but it doesn't mean to talk about you. So people that usually decide to leave their jobs after a great part of their career is because they feel the sense either of moving on from a not ideal work atmosphere, good, or looking for better incomes, master new skills, or simply to move on out of their comfort zone. Okay, the people, so employees that usually decide to leave their jobs after a great part of their career, not is because they feel, be careful on the grammar here, they decide to move because they are motivated by a sense of, this is structural to do with the grammar, the way that sentence has to work. Moving on, okay, looking for, yeah, looking, mastering, or simply I would go seeking. Move on from a comfort zone. Moving out of a comfort zone. Now you've put was a decision. It would have to be this was a decision. I made not very long ago after spending 15 years in the same company. I did everything. So I get this, but you can't have this in an IELTS essay. It just would not. It's just not what the structure requires. So on the course, we teach you how to do this. Take your example, but make it in general. So you need to develop this more. You need more information here, and then you can come into your example. So for example, recent reports in Spain have suggested that in moving, employees are able to or have benefited from, we could change the tense because here you say what they could do, that in moving, many workers have been able to find more energy, motivation, and an increase in salary and better work-life balance. Something like that. So the example, you have to depersonalize it basically. Nonetheless, watch out here, capital letters. Nevertheless, some people might think the opposite, okay? So, nevertheless, or however, you don't need that because now, by nevertheless, you're going into your alternative point of view. After spending so much time and putting great amounts of effort, it is hard for them, maybe, to release a position, seek new challenges, the comfort of being in a company that everyone knows your name and bond through the years. Okay. It is hard for, no, I don't think you need that. It is hard to release the position, seek new challenges, and the comfort of being in a company where everyone knows your name and may have a bond through the years. And then put this is because and explain why you need to develop that more. Okay, you need to explain why that is. So develop that argument, then come into another example. So the structure, you need to really get a bit of work going on the structure of the essay. And then in conclusion, I believe that. So now I want your opinion. Challenging ourselves to take action is always positive, good, even when the beginning is hard and challenging, right? Watch out when you've got challenge and challenging in the same sentence. Be careful of repetition there, okay? So George, I don't know your background on IELTS. Let me know if you've done it before, but I would recommend that you have a look at the course and possibly switch onto the course. I think that would give you access, well, it would give you access to all Ben's videos, which would really help you. And I think that would get that essay in a better structure. I think that'd be the quickest way for you to improve. Let's look at your task 1. Okay, so task 1 you've got here. Okay. Dear family Smith, dear Smith family would say, other way around, and then a comma there. Firstly, I would like, and capital letters, please. You do this in an IELTS exam, the examiner will be really, really angry with you. Capital letter, this is so important. Capital letter here. Be very careful on this, yeah? Firstly, I would like to offer my gratitude for opening the doors of your home to a foreign student. Okay, that's very polite, very nice. My name is, I'm 30 years old and I was born in Mexico. Okay, wow. I was born, okay, capital letters there. I consider myself a very enthusiastic person full of energy. I enjoy outdoors, reading and cooking, spelling, watch out. Every time you have this, there's a spelling mistake. Very excited, prepared. Oh, that is really nice. So instead of I would do this way, I would love to cook dinner for you all during my stay. That's a really nice thing to say, but do it in this way because the examiner's looking for these kind of structures. I would love to. This is the sort of thing you want to show the examiner. This is very polite. I really like that. Well done. Nevertheless, I probably wouldn't write that because it's a more neutral letter. That's a little bit formal. I wonder if you could help me on a few questions. So this I wonder if is again a really nice structure to get into. I wonder if you could help me on a few questions. Okay. There is some information that I need to ask before my departure. Watch out. Information is actually singular. I'm going to say, oh, no, too informal. I'm planning to stay in London for a couple of days, and I'm like this. I'm. Present simple. For a couple of days before getting there, knowing the area, or maybe exploring the area and catching up with an old friend from school. I'm considering either taking the bus, or train to Manchester, but I can see from maps the train is that the train terminal is faster than the train, but the terminal is actually quite far from your residence. That's very complicated. Okay, I love how detailed this is, but it's also really complicated. Let's make this simpler. The bus or train, you can see the maps, the train terminal is faster. The train is faster, maybe, not the terminal is faster. The train is faster, but that it is far from your home. Might it be possible for you to meet me there? Something like that, maybe. Okay, let's not make it too complicated. And remember, question marks in English, we just have that one, we don't have this one. Capital letter, my arrival date, capital letter. Okay. I really look forward, a little bit more formal. I really look forward to meeting all the family. And then you need to have here best wishes or something at the end. Okay, well done, George. There's lots of good stuff in there, but there's a lot of work to do. And I really suggest check out the course. It's easy to switch. I just think you might find that a lot more helpful. And you have access to a lot more of our resources on the course than you do just here. But well done. Good effort today.